1 0.
Welcome back to the America First Warehouse. This is the Know Your Enemies podcast, episode 58. I'm James Justice. We got Steve and Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting! Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good beginning of the week. We have a crazy news cycle as always. So we got Maduro. You hear this whole thing with Venezuela?
Yeah, I heard Maduro's trying to escape.
Yeah, so a little birdie told me that Maduro was trying to jump on a plane, and he had a decoy plane trying to get out of Venezuela. And that's where this whole, they closed the airspace, and they wouldn't let anybody fly. So right as he was about to try to make his escape, Trump put out the orders that you better clear that airspace, and nobody's allowed to fly anymore. So they had to reroute the planes and go back, and so he's still sitting in Venezuela, and we're expected to maybe make a landfall over there with some troops.
Well, maybe there's a body double, and they can sneak him right down into another country.
Well, if Joe Biden was here, he would just be able to just walk right in the border.
I don't know, because Joe Biden, he arrested the old Honduran president, the big drug dealer, and the Hondurans were all saying Trump released their biggest drug dealer out of Honduras.
That's crazy.
So I don't know why are you trying to kidnap or take down Maduro, but at the same time you're releasing the biggest drug cartel.
Maybe he's got
warrior out of Honduras.
I think he's got plans for that, man. I think he's going to use him to flip over a bunch of people.
Yeah, we hope.
But speaking of arrests, there's a guy. Pull up this article real quick. There is a guy in the UK that came here on vacation, right? Came here to America and shot some guns. You know, he wanted to feel like what it felt like to be an American. And he's shooting some guns, goes back to his country, and now he's facing legal consequences for his actions.
Because he probably posted the video, and we know that they've been getting locked up over in England for just posting videos. Any type of video that goes against what the government wants, you get locked up in England.
It's bad over there. There's no freedom of speech.
Same thing with Australia.
Yep.
They'll lock you up over a post on Facebook.
Yep. And it's getting so bad to the point where you can't even pray in your mind. And in certain locations in the UK, and without facing legal consequences.
Do you have any video on that?
I do, actually. You know how we back everything up.
Nice.
So let's roll this video of a woman getting pressed by the police. Yeah, roll that.
Did you know that they are arresting people in the UK for praying? Not out loud, in their heads. Praying in their heads. Don't believe me? Let's check this out.
Is you standing to be part of the protest?
No, I'm not protesting.
Are you praying?
I might be praying in my head.
Here's some audio in the ears.
So I'll ask you once more, will you voluntarily come with us now to the police station for me to ask you some questions about today and other days where there are allegations that you've broken public space protection?
If I've got a choice, then no.
Okay, well then you're under arrest on suspicion of failing to comply with the Public Spaces Protection Order, which is under the Antisocial Behaviour Crime Policing Act 2014. Now, unfortunately, again, you do not have to say anything. You might harm your defence if you didn't mention one question, something which you later on in court, anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand the caution?
I do.
Your arrest is necessary in order for prompt and effective investigation into the offence. What that means is
Yeah, that's crazy. So you can cut that off. I know it's hard to understand what he's saying, but basically he was like, hey, what were you doing over there? She was like, I was praying in my head. And he's like, well, we want to ask you some questions at the station. You want to come down to the station? She's like, do I have a choice? She's like, yeah. She's like, all right, then no. And he goes, all right, then I'm going to have to place you under arrest for violating whatever civil act they have over there, in the public discord. So that's what's going on in the UK, right? It's going to be in Canada next. It always goes like that. It's like Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada, here. And then the first place it hits in the United States is always California. Then it bounces over to New York, and then all the other liberal states. And that's just the way the trend works when you're dealing.
I don't know. It was kind of weird. I was in Costa Rica. They made the plastic straws illegal. I came back here from vacation, and immediately they made the plastic straws illegal here.
Yeah.
And it was when we had a Democrat-controlled legislature.
Yeah.
And then they went to the balloons. They couldn't just stop with the plastic straws. They had to make it illegal to release a balloon.
That's probably what they're discussing discussing at these Davos meetings, like with this whole Green New Deal thing, and the environment, and then they have the companies that are the replacement. So they're like, all right, we're going to ban plastic straws. We're going to do paper straws. I guarantee you 1,000%. If you look up the biggest paper straw manufacturer on the globe, it's probably tied to the Davos Group, the Bilderbergs,
absolutely.
BlackRock, State Street, or Vanguard.
Same thing with all the profiteering done during COVID, with all the masks and so forth.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you hear Bill Gates? Oh, let's play Bill Gates. Bill Gates he's getting away from the hokey pokey with the needle, and he's going with a microneedle array system. And I know a lot of people don't know what the hell that is, but it's basically a Band-Aid that you're going to be putting on that have these little tiny needles on it that are going to be the delivery for the vaccination. Let's hear it out of his own words.
And we will have new vaccines. We'll have a TB vaccine, malaria vaccine, HIV vaccine, and even the things like COVID vaccines. We need to make them have longer duration, more coverage, and we're going to change, instead of using a needle, to use a little patch. So the pandemic really highlighted that we've been underinvested.
He slipped that in there real smooth. He's like, oh, a little patch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But,
No, they've been talking about those.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
We've
rolling
been
out.
talking about it for a while, and before it was disclosed to the public. But I got a picture of what this stuff looks like. Let's pull up this pic. So this is the microneedle array patch, right? So it's gonna look like a nicotine patch, but instead of having a big needle injected into your arm, they're gonna be like, oh, it's painless. Don't worry, it's for your convenience, and it's gonna be comfortable. You won't feel it. So those little points that you see on the bottom in diagram B are the little needles that were containing whatever type of vaccine they want to promote to you, and that's how small it is on the tip of your finger. So they're really compacting these things into very, very tiny units, and it's the same thing as injecting the needle in your arm, which is scary.
Either way,
because
it's mRNA, it's gene therapy,
Yeah.
it's altering your DNA.
yeah. And speaking of altering DNA, this picture right here. This one right here, this is an animal they grew in a bag, all right? I know you hear a lot of weird stuff on this podcast, but everything is backed up by 100% fact. You can look it up, fact check it for yourself. We don't do lies over here. But now they're growing animals in bags, right? Remember the Matrix, how they were growing the humans in pods, and they were like breaking out of these weird skins and stuff like that? So with the future of the globalists and what they want to sterilize everybody on the planet, right? They don't want people having kids anymore. They want to make it a market where you get to design your own baby. They're called designer babies.
CRISPR technology.
Using CRISPR technology to gene edit. And that's going to be the future. So if they're doing this and they're rolling out to the public, and they've been cloning animals since like the 40s and 50s, this is just what they're rolling out to the public. We have no clue how far advanced they are with this technology, if they can grow a human in a
Whatever
bag.
they're telling us now, you got to assume they're 5 to 10 years ahead.
It's absolutely nuts. Like we covered the organoids a couple episodes back.
With
How
human brains.
yeah, the AI systems have to use these big giant warehouses full of processors and cooling systems, and they're replacing those with little mini human brains that they're cooking up in labs, and it's sci-fi versus reality, and they're starting to make the blend. So it's pretty crazy.
It is crazy.
Absolutely
it's ridiculous,
crazy.
actually. But they're not going to stop until people opt out. But too many of the people are just they're cowering to their doctor, and they're agreeing. My doctor asked me. She said, "Can I give you the COVID shot?" I said, "I don't need that. I have Miracle Mineral Solution. I can solve my own. If I have an issue, I'll come back. I don't think I need a mRNA vaccination. Not to mention, we know that they vaxxed all the birds for the bird flu with mRNA vaccinations, and everybody ate that for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving butterball. I know I did. I'm sure it was mRNA vaxxed. So just so you're aware, you're definitely eating mRNA gene therapy vaccinations, which is supposed to stop the birds from getting bird flu, but God only knows how they stop us from being able to reproduce.
Yeah, if you're going to question what God has created and think that he might have messed up and did a bad job, that's kind of ridiculous, because everything else in nature seems to flow right? But it's just the food, the animals, and humans that they really want to get their claws into.
Oh, yeah.
And, Anything. So the satanic networks that actually run the world at the top of these things, they want to invert anything God created that was pure, to pervert it and flip it upside down and basically eradicate it off the face of the earth, because the Satanists look at anything God created as disgusting and that needs to go. And that's why you look at a lot of the symbolism that comes out of these occult churches and occult societies where it has to do with Satanism. What's the one thing that you always find in like scary movies where it's like exorcisms and stuff like that and they're fighting demons? Upside down crosses, right? Why would they use an upside down cross? Because the cross represents Jesus and Jesus represents God. So they want to take that and invert it upside down because they don't believe in God. They want to overthrow.
They want to play God.
Yeah, they want to dethrone God.
They want to take us from being a human-based mammal to a silicon-based, computer-based.
Yeah.
And they can harvest our souls,
our
memories.
It's all about energy. That's what it is, a manipulation of energy, and that's what like basic witchcraft is. It's being able to manipulate somebody else's energy to your own benefit. But it's the same thing with the pentagrams, right? They have the inverted star. So when the star is inverted, it means it's the goat. It's Baphomet. So you have the two horns on the top, you have the ears sticking out the side, and the neck, right? When you take that same star and flip it right side up, it becomes a man, where you have the head, you have the two arms, and the two legs. So that's what that represents, and that's why it's such a big deal in the satanic cult to flip that image upside down to show that, oh yeah, no, there is no man. We're taking man and inverting it, and that's why you get the culture pushed with sexualized and all the videos, all the halftime shows are black robes and weird looking people
Absolutely.
running around.
Let's get into the two service members shot, the two National Guard.
Well, we got 20 seconds. We're going to cover that on the back of the break.
Okay.
But we have a couple of events coming up. We got Scott Lebedo coming on Saturday, December 6th, 2025, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be an art exhibit, $10 per person. It's going to be awesome. We'll get more into that on the other side of this break. We'll see you in a minute.
You noticed your money just doesn't stretch like it used to? Your paycheck feels lighter, and your savings aren't growing. The culprits? Inflation and increased money supply. They've both been quietly eating away at your purchasing power for years. Today, the dollar's value has dropped significantly. You feel it every time you spend money on goods and services. Back in 1965, $1 or an ounce of silver could buy you a gallon of milk. Fast forward to today. That same dollar barely buys a couple of coffee creamers, while an ounce of silver would get you 8 gallons of milk. Gold and silver have held their value for centuries. If you had 2,500 ounces of silver back in 1965, you could buy a brand new Ford Mustang. Today, 2,500 ounces of silver would buy you 2 Mustangs. Similarly, in the year 2000, 628 ounces of gold would buy a new $170,000 home. Today, 628 ounces would buy you a $2,500,000 home. The problem? 95% of Americans don't own physical gold or silver. They think it's too complicated and too expensive, but it doesn't have to be. We offer a membership program that allows you to buy gold or silver with as little as $1. You can buy fractional amounts, safely vault them, or have them delivered to your doorstep, and you can liquidate them whenever you want at the highest buyback price in the industry. Ready to protect your wealth and keep your purchasing power? Scan the QR code or go to tafw.soundmoney.com to learn more.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box. And I'm John the Blanket with the America First Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino Podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome to Right for America. Issues that unite, don't ignite.
I'm James Justice. We got Steve and Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to the Patriots Podcast. Good evening, everyone. We live stream every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. right here from the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in all the land.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Welcome to Liberty's Cage, the podcast tearing down the walls of America's broken justice system.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you share this out so we can beat these algorithms. We count on you to get this out and fight the censorship. So let's go. So this weekend we have some events coming up. We have the Patriotic Artists Art Expedition, and to celebrate Americans' spirit through fine art. We got Scott Lebedo is going to be one of the frontliners here. You can look at all the art behind me. I don't know if we got a shot of that. Bang. So he created all those beautiful photos behind us, and he's going to be here in the building with a couple of other artists. And there's also another event Sunday.
Sunday we have a holiday shopping extravaganza where we're going to have over 30 of local vendors, all patriots, and it'll be going between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. here at the warehouse, the America First Warehouse. 30 vendors. Get your hot chocolate, hot cider, coffee, tea, snacks, and a bake sale as well.
Yeah.
So any holiday shopping you haven't finished up, come down here Sunday, 11 to 5, I believe it said.
6 hours of shopping.
Yeah.
Patriotic
30
shopping.
vendors.
Man.
So stop down at the warehouse Sunday on December 7th.
And also go to the AmericaFirstWarehouse.com and click on events, and you will see all of these stuff. Make sure you register, and we'll see you there. So let's get back into this news. We have
2 National Guardsmen shot.
Yeah.
So terrible tragedy. The female National Guard. Both are a terrible tragedy.
Yeah, it's horrible. Pull up a picture. I think we got pictures of them. Do we have pictures of the National Guardsmen? There we go. Yeah. So they were on post in D.C. and an Afghan refugee ran up and shot them. I mean, whether it has to do...
Well, he was taken into the country unvetted by the Biden administration. They say he was working as, I guess, probably a translator for the CIA, understandable. Yeah. But, however, he was radicalized while he was here. And that's
Rest in
terrible
peace to
shame.
those,
Rest in peace.
National Guard, man.
Thank you for your service. So, yeah, terrible tragedy, and hopefully it doesn't continue.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But so we have... The world's most beautiful feet. I found this one. This is pretty interesting. Let's pull this up. No, wrong one. It's gonna be number 7. I don't know. Do we have number 7? There we go. Look at these feet, guys. Maxine Waters has been dubbed the world's most beautiful feet by the LGBT community. Dude, those things are vicious. Oh my God! All right, take them off. Can't look at those anymore. But oh my God, what else we got over here?
The next are the Settlers are still at it.
Oh, the Settlers are still at it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, there was a ceasefire that was supposed to happen in Gaza.
Never happened. Again, no respect for our president.
And they're still bombing Lebanon.
Which makes us absolutely disgusted. If they don't respect our president away from America, how is he supposed to be respected here in America?
Exactly. And this is the settlers' attitude that when they come across these people on their land. Let's play this clip.
You and your fucking Jesus could kiss my ass, okay? Go away. Screw you. Don't camera, no camera. I break your camera. Don't take picture. Okay? Screw you, you Nazi. You fuck. Don't take camera. I break your camera. Don't take picture. Shabbat shalom, no picture. We don't want picture.
Please.
What?
You need to. You can't come in here. This is not your house. This is not your house.
We killed Jesus. We're proud of it.
You said we killed Jesus and we're proud of it.
That's what he said. We killed Jesus and we're proud of it, right?
This is our land. Get out of here.
This is my land.
This is not your land. It belongs to these families.
So this has been going on this whole time, where these settlers are just popping up in other people's houses and taking over.
And it's not just recently. This has been going on for like 50 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can cut that one off.
So when Trump brags about throwing billions of dollars, $20 billion, I think, was the last contribution.
Yeah.
It's
No
not
more, man.
needed. No
America
more.
first.
America first. America only.
Exactly. So, this is their attitude. These settlers, they have no respect for Christ, no respect for Christians.
That we're talking about is what fractured the whole MAGA movement.
Yeah.
And now there is no MAGA. There's only America first, and that's why everyone's paying attention to the money now.
And then Ben Shapiro got called out and then tried to go, no, you got a misinterpretation. Run this clip. This is crazy. It's,
a central Jewish and excrement. And while the New Testament tells us to love our enemies, and pray for those who persecute us, Sovereign 15 of the Talmud states that even the best of the Gentiles should be killed. Given these irreconcilable differences, why do you insist on using this oxymoronic term?
Hey, first of all, that's a really bad read of the Talmud.
Jesus was a bastard born of adultery. Yevamot 49b. Jesus was a magician and a fool. Mary was an adulteress. Shabbat 104b.
Really?
Jesus was guilty of sorcery and apostasy. Sanhedrin 43a. Mary was a whore. Jesus was an evil man. Sanhedrin 106a and b. Jesus was sent to hell, where he is punished by boiling excrement for mocking rabbis. Gittin 56b, 57a.
The time for being lukewarm is over. Share this out to your people. Wake up the public. Let's go!
Yeah, so, I mean, if those passages are readable in the book, there's no more that needs to be said. The same way the Quran lets the Muslim men mount 6-year-olds and then knock them up when they're 9, right? The Prophet Muhammad. It's the same thing, bro. That is not compatible with the United States, Christianity, and our principles. I don't get it. But I have a quick update I want to play before we run out of time with Dr. Feroz Sidwa. He was in the hospital in Gaza that got bombed, and he lost a colleague and a couple patients. But this is testimony from him and a couple other doctors that worked on a young girl in Gaza. Go ahead, roll it.
It is Monday, the 1st of December. It's Monday, the 1st of December.
We are in Oman. Poor Gracie. She continues to fluff her lines.
You can put that on full screen if you want.
Put up with her anyway. We wouldn't if she wasn't quite such a good surgeon.
So I'm Victoria Rose, and I'm a plastic surgeon from London, and I work with the charity Ideals.
I'm Greg Groom, I'm an orthopaedic surgeon from London, and we're delighted to have with us.
I'm Feroz Sidwa. I'm a trauma surgeon from California, and I was going to work in Gaza with the NGO Med Global.
So we first all met on my first trip back to Gaza since October the 7th, which was March 2024. You'd already been in the January.
That was my first trip too. Yeah.
That was a bit of an eye-opener.
It was, yeah. We were at European Hospital, and actually we took care of this one particular little girl named Shuri that we as a trauma surgeon, I kind of got her back to life, and then as a plastic surgeon, you put her back together, and as an orthopedic surgeon too.
You put her back together as well. I mean, that was a terrible case. She was 9 years old, and she'd been involved in an explosion, and some shrapnel.
It's going to get graphic, guys. So
in the back of her left leg and buttock, but it had also taken out quite a section of her right buttock. But on her left leg, it had removed a section of her femur, which is the long bone in her thigh. It had taken out a section of the main nerve to the leg and a lot of the muscle around the buttock, which was making it sort of very difficult for any of the surgeons to sort of adequately treat her. She also had some facial lacerations, and I think when you first saw her, she was covered in maggots.
The poor thing. The only reason she wasn't dead was because maggots had infected these wounds. They were just pouring out everywhere. It was horrible, but they were the reason she was alive, because otherwise all this necrotic tissue would have killed her. Yeah.
And we took it to theatre. I think I got you to do a temporizing colostomy so that gives the buttock wound a chance to heal. And then
We brought her intestines out to her skin so that she didn't have to poop like a normal person.
And then Graham shortened
If you
her
want to see
leg
that
and
full
I
clip, you
repaired
can
her
find it on my
nerve and-
Facebook, but you can cut that one off. Yeah, man, it's a crazy testimony from these doctors that worked on a girl that were inside the war zone. That it's not fake news, it's not propaganda, it's not AI. These are real testimonies, and that's what's going on. So to switch gears real quick, we have a Islamic problem going on in the country. There's a lot of turmoil going on, and they're doing some crazy stuff. Roll this clip real quick.
No one divide us, cause only one nation under God.
Oh, yeah. One patriotic American looks at 100 other patriotic Americans and says, let's show them our sword, fellas.
Those are our swords here in America.
As always, hit that follow button.
Yeah.
Smash
You
that
cut that
like.
off. So those are our swords here in America. And that's what we're going to do, man. You pull out swords on us and try to convert us, it's not going to go down too well for you. But I had a clip here of Jake Lang. We're going to roll this clip, and then we're going to go to break. And we're going to come back with Jake Lang on the other side. So roll it.
President Trump, send ICE into Dearborn. These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life. We know exactly your laws in your book about lying to our faces, pretending to be Americans, wearing your suits. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. We don't want you here. I don't
And
want
with
you
that,
here.
we'll see you on the other side. Stay tuned.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America, from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse,
ladies and gentlemen. We are back. So we're just waiting for Jake to join us on Zoom. He should be here momentarily. He's getting off an interview with Owen Schroyer as we speak.
Shout out to Owen Schroyer.
Yeah, big shout out to Owen Schroyer.
Big fan.
Oh yeah, he's making waves. So if you don't know who Jake Lang is, he's a pardoned J6er. He spent 4 years in the gulag, and it was rough. But he came out, and now he's like louder than ever. And he went down to Dearborn, Michigan, and saw what was happening with the Islamification down there, and basically just went balls to the wall. Showed up at the city council, let them know that he wasn't having it on his watch. Christ is king, and it blew up. They marched a big banner down the street. He was assaulted. The police stood there, didn't do anything about it, and so now he's working on a $200 million lawsuit against the city of Dearborn and the mayor, the police, because of the stand down. And he's going to break it down further, but it's basically deprivation of human rights under color of law because the police were using their authority to not enforce the law. So we're gonna be breaking that down, but yeah, man. So there's a lot of stuff going on. There's Sharia law popping up throughout the United States. I know Texas had, I think it was like 3 different court cases where they were trying to set up Sharia courts. And once you go outside of the United States law for, let's say, with Islam, you're allowed to marry like 9 different women. You know what I'm saying? So if they're not going through the courts and they're setting up their entire communities, and they have a mayor and they have the sheriff and they have everybody down the whole chain of command for their government is Muslim, for them to open.
They did that in was it France or England?
Yeah, England. The biggest name in England that was given to babies was Mohammed for boys, and that was like trending. Like, how is that possible? So all these countries that took on these refugee programs, they've been basically conquered.
Well, it's like you call him Mo. What's up, Mo?
Yeah, what's up, Mo?
Well, yeah, I have a buddy. He's my gutter guy. He's been my gutter guy for years. He's from Turkey, and we call him Mo.
Yeah. But, we got a problem in this country. The Christianity and the traditional family and the morals behind it is fading away into the darkness. And, we need everybody to start throwing light switches on to stop this from happening. Because if this country was carved with Christian principles and values, and that's what made it so successful all these years and so peaceful and so loving and giving, and like we're the biggest contributor to charity on the planet, like all these charities around the world, they're getting American dollars. They're not getting the yen. They're not getting pesos. They're not getting, any of these other currencies. They're getting the American dollar. And that's what's holding all these countries afloat. So, if we let what we had and what we built up slip into the darkness, there's no getting it back.
Well, it's the same thing with the U.S. Constitution. It needs to be preserved.
Yeah.
Part of the battle with the red light cameras was preservation of the Constitution.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have due process, you don't have a witness to a crime, you're going outside of the Constitution, and that's where the revenue, money comes in, where they just see revenue and they don't see constitutionality of the decisions of the policies they're creating. And it's disgusting. We don't need that anymore,
Yeah, we don't need more laws. We have the Constitution. That's what we needed. That's what we got. It's beautifully written and perfectly written, and it needs to be protected.
Yeah, if anything, we need less laws. We need to strip all the laws that those big giant law books that we have with ordinances and all that other stuff. Listen, excuse me. At every step of the way.
That's part of the reason that Zoran Mandami got elected. He told everybody he was gonna limit government regulation. Same thing Donald Trump says is what Mandami said.
Yeah, Mandami came in on the Democratic Party ticket with a libertarian platform. You know what I mean? And that's what he was, a little government, and we're gonna stop all this stuff. And that's what was so appealing to the youth.
In reality, the first thing, if he was really meant anything he said, he would have campaigned against the cameras and the photo extortion in Manhattan.
Yeah, the congestion cameras. Well, we'll see. He's got January 1st. He's coming in. So, and he's going to be under a microscope. The American people are going to have him under a microscope. The New York City residents are going to have him under a microscope. And the president, especially, and the federal government.
Well, I mean, I wish him luck. I wish him luck.
Yeah, I hope he does the right thing, man. You know, he could carve out a good name for himself if he complies with the Constitution and doesn't get radical left.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
If he just stays in the middle, you know, there's respect that could be gained for certain things. But you know, if you start going socialist on us,
I'm glad Cuomo didn't get elected. We know that was Governor Nipple Ring, and we did not need him back. He needs to be prosecuted for how many senior citizens got killed on his watch.
He does. He does.
Murdered.
100%.
Murdered.
100%. And the Nuremberg Code should kick in for all these doctors that were sitting there,
including Fauci.
Next episode, I'm gonna bring it up. We're gonna play all the videos of the doctors dancing while your loved ones were dying in the hospitals from remdesivir and all these other protocols they changed to increase the body count.
Remember, I asked Dr. Robert Malone about the poultry. All of our poultry is mRNA vaxxed, and we don't need that. We don't need mRNA vaccinated poultry.
No.
That means you go to McDonald's, you go to Chick-fil-A, you go wherever and order a bird, whether it be a spicy chicken sandwich or whatever, and you're eating mRNA vaccinations, and we don't know. Maybe it'll stop the bird flu for the bird, but maybe it makes us unable to have children.
Yeah, there's big studies coming out with mRNA technology, and a lot of scientists around the world are calling for the immediate halt for anything mRNA because it's such a new technology that they're not sure what type of mutations are going to happen.
Absolutely.
And you know, the babies and pregnant women that took these mRNA vaccines, the babies are destroyed. They're having stillbirths and miscarriages and
turbo cancers.
Yeah, people that were in menopause that weren't having their period anymore started getting their period again. Like a lot of weird, freaky stuff is going on. And you know, I heard
we had a doctor, Robert Malone from the CDC, on the show that he said, "I would not eat that. I raise my own birds for that reason. I would not eat that."
Yeah, he basically
this is
said,
a doctor
"Good luck."
from the CDC.
Yeah. And he has his own farm. He's got his own spot up there. He grows his own food, and you know, that's how Americans.
I mean, look, I'm guilty too. I ate a butterball turkey, and we had a nice